Black History Month really means to me the history of America, because without we as African Americans in the community, Black history wouldn't, our history wouldn't have come about. We are a very large part of what is happening in the United States as a whole.
It's really funny because until I moved away and came back, it didn't mean I was just African American. When I was living in, like, you're talking about 60s and early 70s and going to school, I always felt that we were treated fairly as an African American. I didn't really understand that under the surface there was a difference.
Racial challenges was very blatant. The Caucasian race had everything sewed up. Black folks was not privileged to do so many things. I remember the coaching floor where you had to go through the back door. I remember the auditorium where the senior citizen building is now, across from Rite Aid, to where we could only sit in the balcony. We could not sit down on the first floor if you wanted to go to the movie.
We have great history. A lot of the Underground Railroad goes under the houses of some of the houses that are still here in Coatesville. Underground Railroad, where the Quakers took us in when we made it over the Mason-Dixon line, and we were able to go on to Canada to our freedom.
When I look at the history of our Black existence, I look at those who have created, who have invented things, who have endured the struggle. Black history to me lets me know that I can exceed even my own wildest dreams. Black history for me means there's no quitting, there's no giving up, that there is a brighter future if we don't give up and we just don't quit.
Black history means a lot to me because I can see the changes from my boyhood up until now, the changes that has been made through history of the Black nation. And I realize that if you don't live the history now, you will live to repeat it later.
When I look at myself, and I can't speak to many, but education wasn't really pushed. People have to understand, young people like yourself, first question, why are you going to school? And then why are you going? Then why do you need to continue your education? We have to really understand why. Not because I want a big house, not because I want a big car, but you want to improve everybody, when you collectively, not just you, but the whole African American race. You're trying to lift everybody up.
I look at people like Martin Luther. I look at people like Malcolm, who stood on principles for a better way of life, for enlightenment, and it gives me the knowledge to know that I can do and be even more than I think I can do and be. That where I am today doesn't predicate where I can be tomorrow. They have laid the groundwork in my life that lets me know if I don't give up, if I don't quit, that I can almost do anything that I want to do.
We are a gifted people, but we have to feel that we're not competing with one another with our gift. God has made room for everyone's gift to come forth. So if we could come together and make a hub of Black culture, I feel we can mount up in a great way for our future.
So I'm glad that I had the opportunity to be raised in Coatesville during the time of my childhood youth, where I experienced a lot of things that we don't see today.
So Coatesville has changed a lot. We have received a lot of Spanish in our community, but the opportunity for us to all work together and be unified and bring Coatesville back to its greatness is very possible. if we all sit at the table and eat together and respect one another, we can regain this great unity in this great community.
I am Coatesville's Black History.
I am Coatesville's Black History.
I am Coatesville's Black History, and still I rise.